this model, we'll talk about understanding business goals and user needs. Let's get started. So we'll talk about decoding user experience design. So user experience design or UX design revolves around creating digital products that offer meaningful experiences for users. So as a skilled UX designer, you have to know the importance of having skills that address user needs and also building products that addresses their expectation. With all this being said, a skilled UX UI designer is able to craft products that are not just user friendly but also very compelling and very enjoyable for the users to experience a much more enjoyable experience interacting with digital products. So let's talk about this important topic. That is the balance between understanding what the business goals are and user goals. That's a very big challenge because the business goals and user goals are different, but sometimes they mostly clash and it becomes a very, very big issue. So just picture this. You have a company that is aiming to make a higher margins of profit, but you have users that are very focused on simplicity and also efficiency of interacting with that particular company's product. So that is where the responsibility of the UX UI designer to balance both business goals and user needs comes in. Let's take it like this. A UX UI designer must be able to prioritize users' needs, even if it means you're making sacrifices on potential revenue, because the goal is to get users to be on the product as much as it can. One main thing as a UX UI designer that I've learned over the years is your goal must be to prioritize users' needs. And even if it means making decisions that will affect potential revenue, you have to make sure that users' needs are being prioritized first because the more users use the app, the more there's potential revenue of more growth for the business. So you have to have the balance between the business goals and also users' needs. The most important thing is to find that thin balance which does not compromise on user experience, but also ensures that the success of the product and the business is also top notch. So you have to be able to manage both the success of the business needs and also the success of the users' needs. So let's talk about one important topic that is understanding ethical standards in UX UI design. This is a very important thing because ethics in UX UI design are non-negotiable. Every decision that is made by you, the UX UI designer, has a ripple effect for the user, for the company, and the society as well. So it's very important to understand and take into consideration ethical standards when you're designing products or when you're developing products. So using manipulative techniques or displaying bias in design decision is a very big no. So you have to be very conscious when you're designing. A UX UI designer must be able to put transparency as a very paramount feature because users deserve to know what their data is being used for. So, for example, we had and made a discussion about what qualitative data is. When data is being collected for the purposes of building a product, UX UI designers must be able to uphold the ethical standards to let users know what their data is being used for. And designers must be forthcoming with any limitations or risks that is associated with building the product. It's about creating an inclusive and accessible digital environment for everyone. That is a very important topic that every UX UI designer must be able to understand because holding ethical standards in UX design is very crucial. Now let's move on to the next topic. We are talking about insights and best practices. As a UX UI designer, you having the ability to balance both business needs and users' needs is a very, very key takeaway. So I want us to talk about some key insights and best practices when you are balancing these two. So user experience outcome are very important for the business because that is what brings revenue. The more the users use the app, the more revenue comes to the company. So UX UI designers must leverage methods like lean UX UI or minimal UX UI, design thinking, and also user research to make sure that the user's needs are taking center stage in the design process. One of the main important things is also to look out for metrics. We are able to gauge the success of the product design. Stakeholders and also UX UI leaders must all play a crucial role in this collaborative process because it is very important and it decides the success of the product. And in conclusion, an effective UX UI design which takes into consideration both business needs and users' needs is very important and it demands a very comprehensive approach because that makes or breaks a business revenue. It is not just about visual design or usability, but it's about understanding users, meeting their needs, and collaborating effectively with the entire team to create a wonderful product. While doing all this, we also have to take into consideration the emphasis on ethics and also best practice to make sure that all this makes a customer journey very wonderful. So thank you very much. See you in the next model. But not forgetting, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. Thank you and happy design. Bye.